So, how do you think black families are shown on TV and in movies?
Well, back when I was coming up, there wasn't many black families. It wasn't a whole lot. We didn't have a whole lot. But now I think they know that we're bringing a lot to the table. Because before, black people had to fight. We were always our roles was being a maid or the butler. But now, hey, if we can have a black president, that's a I never, I never thought we would ever have a black president.
Yeah. So you think, like when you were growing up, the idea of a black family on TV?
Very seldom see it.
And when individuals are devalued to nothing more than the help, their families are also undervalued. This reduction of the black family has carried over from times of slavery, echoes of it still apparent in the media we view today.
Sometimes they depict us as clowns at times.
They don't portray us like we are. They portray us differently. Like we're rude or obnoxious. I mean, we do have some stereotype families like the Cosbys and them. We had them. But the newer movies out don't depict the true black family.
Sometimes, every now and then, you'll see a black family and it'll be looking like they're smiling and things like that. Or they show a lot of single parent. They show a lot of women single. So they don't really portray us in a positive light, in my opinion.
The black families that they showed on TV, like lived in the projects, or it was a single family, single mom raising the children or whatever. So, it's like you can see the difference in back growing up in the 70s to, what things were like. Because TV does really a lot of times emulate real life. And so you do see that. And it does sadden me that you still do see, where some black families, there are more single moms than I feel like there should be.
When you hear black and family, for a lot of years, for a lot of families, it's just like that, black family. And in my home, I want those two to be together, right? I don't want them to be separate, or because the colonialism or slavery and all the separatist thinking that's been embedded in us because of all that we've been through as black people. Because slavery, tore families apart, and so my goal, is to continue, for people to look at us and say like, wow, there's a black family right there.
There's a black family right there. This idea of being visible, wanting to change the ingrained preconceptions ourselves. So, where do I go from here?
Well, let's just say it this way. Blacks have come a long way. Blacks are getting stronger and stronger. As each 5 years, 10 years goes by, blacks are getting stronger and stronger. And we have to, for those who are born as blacks, they want to see, wow, I want to grow up to be like this person who's black. I want to be like this person who's black. So it's continuous.
How do you think the older generation has impacted you, and their teachings have impacted you?
They taught me how to know my worth, first off, and how to be wiser in this world, how to move, how to walk, how to talk, how to not try to fit in, because the more and more you fit in, the more you jeopardize
when you're a black woman, you feel empowered, victorious. Just feels, I'm a conqueror. That's how I feel as a black person.
I mean, I can't help but, but be proud to be black. What a what a heritage. What a culture. When I think about the ancestors before me and before my parents, and the ones that survived the crossing of the Atlantic Ocean to be in this country, and withstanding all that they withstood through slavery and Jim Crow and just racism in general. They don't make it easy for me to be a black man in America.
I feel like knowing that I am black makes me feel like I know I'm gonna have to face adversities in life, and sometimes I won't be treated fairly. But also that I can fight through that and get through it, because I know in the past, like during civil rights movement and things like that, they fought for the things that we have, like our freedom. Well, not freedom, but like being like equal. That's what I'm gonna say, equal, and being treated equally. So.
Do you think it's common in the Black community for men to be seen as like absent or as Rolling Stones or as not present?
I do. It's common, and a lot of it, they do it themselves. It's not, a lot of it is, they can step up and do more, but when you have a lot of other obstacles that they have to go through, that kind of can weaken. So they don't feel that a man has to feel like a man. And a lot of times, if he can't find a job or he didn't get the education, some of the things that black young men have done when they're young affects them when they're older. So they can't get a particular career. So then they kind of feel like they can't take care of a family. So, and then with the way society is, I feel like they just have so much bad things to say about the Black family that I don't know. Yeah, so.
I'm learning that my negative view of the Black family is born from a cycle of self-hate that was created and is perpetuated by a system based on prejudicial practices. The hope is that I and all my family members push through this cycle and overcome it.
When I started hanging around my wife's mom, she had a saying, and her saying was, "When you know better, you do better."
Well, yeah, I mean, because most people, what you learn, you can either emulate what you learn if it was what you felt like you want your family to be like, or you can say, I did not like that, and so you're like, I'm going to stray as far away from that as possible because that's not how I want my family to be. And so there were aspects of my growing up that I, really liked. Growing up, we always had holidays at my grandmother's house, both Christmas and Thanksgiving. I mean, almost every holiday I remember going to my grandmother's house, Easter time. So we did all those things. Holiday time, family time was an important aspect of my growing up. I like that aspect for sure of my family, and wanted to emulate that for my family, now. And so we try to make sure we get together and do family things, not just with your immediate family, but with your extended family.
My outlook on education and having families was different from what my mom and dad, um, because of when they came along. I feel that wasn't, they didn't feel the importance of making sure you graduate and making sure you don't have babies early. And with me, I'm totally different. I think everybody should get an education, um, and my children in particular. Um, and you never get too much education because that cannot be taken from you. Going to church is very important to me, and I took my kids to church. And what else did you want to know?
Just if they were similar or different.
Yeah, well, I'm different from my way my parents raised me. Absolutely, I was.
Is there anything that your parents do for you now that you'd want to do for your children in the future?
Yeah, like sometimes, like I said before, they'll listen, hear me out and stuff. If I do something bad or if I just feel sad, they may just come and say what happened and try to support me even though I may feel a bit down. So that's what I want to do if I would have children. Make them feel that we care.
What do you wish your family in the future could look like?
One big happy family. Funny, happy, joyful, caring, and loving.
One big happy family. It's something I want too. It's something I've always had. But the truth is, there are all different kinds of happy Black families. Families with one parent and families with two. Families where the parents are college educated and families where they aren't. Families where another family member is raising the children. And families on opposite ends of the class system. We are all coming to terms with our families and working on our issues. Not perfect, but learning. And that's okay.